Hello everyone, and welcome to your second royal reading today here at MadWorldTarot. We're still in the thick of Earthshot, and of course also in the thick of what the has-been is up to in Toronto, those Remembrance Day related events that he quickly cooked up, in my opinion, to try and overshadow Prince William. That is my opinion, and it's all allegedly. Harry's trip to Toronto was announced precisely at the moment Prince William started his events in Brazil. It's not the first time that Harry has done things, announced things, shown up in places to overshadow Earthshot, and sadly, I don't think it will be the last. His team did come out and say that he didn't choose the dates of these events, his charities did, and he had to announce it all terribly last minute because of his security situation. He doesn't get security like the rest of the royals do, so we got all of that, but it's being seen for what it is. The words sibling rivalry are being bandied around, and in certain media quarters, Harry's announcement and his events in Toronto are being viewed as a declaration of war by Kensington Palace, the diary clash, the overshadowing, Prince William's passion project. It's been called brazen and deliberate timing. The news allegedly landed like a bomb in Prince William's team in Brazil. People were livid. William is fuming. I'm going to do a Celtic cross from Prince William's point of view with the new Palladini Tarot. I'm going to fiddle it a little bit just to bring some Harry energy through into the reading, because it's clear that, well, shall we say, in my opinion, it's clear that Harry is obsessed. He can't let this go. He's going to try everything. He's even copied some of Prince William's events. He's also gone on a boat. He's just it seems to be being eaten alive by jealousy, by a desire to overshadow his brother, steal his thunder, make his life a living hell. That, of course, is my personal opinion. It seems quite disturbing. Today is the day that Prince Andrew lost all his honours and styles and titles and honours. The letters patent were released, all gone. Prince Harry might be in the line of fire if he carries on like this. I'm going to do a Celtic cross from Prince William's perspective. How's he feeling? What's the problem, the Harry problem, doing to him? I'm going to ask about the root of this for Harry, this obsession, this rivalry. What's his goal? I'm going to ask if Prince William was expecting a stunt like this. Harry had, of course, famously offered to share his diary with the royals when he thought that he was in with a shout of returning as a half in, half out royal. I'm going to ask what Prince William's immediate response is going to be to all of this once he gets back to the UK. I'm going to ask how he sees Harry, the pressure that Harry is putting him under, his hopes and fears, and ultimately what Prince William is going to do to shut this down, to stop this, because it's intolerable having to deal with this level of rivalry and resentment, these stunts when Prince William is doing good work, things that he feels passionate about, that he's planned for a long time. He's got to be open about his dates and what he's up to. He can't hide and sneak around like Harry and Meghan seem to do, and so he's exposed all the time to these petty stunts that these two are pulling. We've read on Meghan in the previous reading, now Harry, but I'm reading mostly from Prince William's point of view with the new Palladini Tarot. Of course, it is just tarot. It is for fun and entertainment. It's all my opinion, all speculation, just reading energy here. And of course, there is a disclaimer in the box below. Let's see what the cards have to tell us. Nine of Cups. It's interesting because it's coming up in these readings, reading a little bit differently. It was in Megan's reading as well, the reading that I've just done today. Same card came up, Nine of Cups, but it's not reading like it normally does. It's wish fulfillment. Energy traditionally in tarot is a little bit greedy, it's a little bit self-indulgent. It can indicate an overconsumption of drink or drugs as well. Just generally, I'm talking about just generally. But for me, how this card is reading today, and both of their readings, is in your dreams. That's the expression that's coming through. It came through in Megan's reading, and it's coming through now as the underlying energy of this reading. So it's giving the sense of an attempt to overshadow, to drown out good press, to detract from what Prince William is doing, but it's coming across as just keep trying, because you're never going to succeed. That's what's happening for me energetically as the underlying energy. A little bit different to the way I would normally read this card, but it's coming through very loudly for me, and it's come through twice like this today. So take notice of things like that when they happen. Heart of the matter, Prince William, what's going on there? Five of Swords, he is so sick of this conflict. The conflict card often shows up when I read on Prince William in the Harry context of this ongoing rivalry, one-sided rivalry, the one-sided conflict that's just being pushed and that's just going on and on and on, and that is impossible for him to stop. He wants it to stop. He doesn't know how to stop it. That's what's coming through for me as the heart of this thing. He's exhausted by it, absolutely worn out by it. What's the particular problem with Harry? As if that's not problematic enough, that your sibling constantly is trying to defeat you in a hollow battle, a one-sided battle. Nine of Pentacles in reverse. It's the Independence card, the Nine of Pentacles. It's that Harry isn't coping on his own. He's not able to fend for himself. If he'd gone off to California and he'd made a success of his life there, whatever and however, whether it was with business deals, it would have been fine. That's great. That's you. That's what you want. Off you go. You've got what you want. You've got your dream life, Nine of Cups. But he hasn't got his dream life at all. He hasn't succeeded. He hasn't been able to fend for himself over there. So this eternal problem of what to do with this loser who, instead of actually being useful and self-sufficient, is just constant menace, because he's always needing money, he's always needing looking after, he needs someone to look after him. He chose Megan at one stage, and of course that hasn't gone very well, has it? So it's quite an interesting energy. That's the challenge that Prince William is facing. Now I'm going to mix things up a little bit in this Celtic Cross. I'm going to go to Harry's energy down here in the subconscious motive kind of aspect of this Celtic Cross, and ask about Harry. What is fueling this obsessive desire to destroy his brother, overshadow his brother? What's going on? We've got the Seven of Rods. That's someone who's feeling very vulnerable in their own life, is feeling like they have to defend themselves. They're feeling like they're being attacked from all sides. And you do sometimes get that when someone is feeling vulnerable, someone's feeling like they're under siege, their response is to lash out and attack other people. And I'm asking this question, I've asked this question many times, and we've had many explanations, and we had the obvious ones of mummy and childhood and all of that kind of stuff. But this is telling me it's right now energy. It's where Harry is right now in his life. It's not going back 20, 30 years back into their childhoods. It's right now how Harry is feeling, that his life is so difficult. And I would say so difficult because of the vibe at home, and also because of being rejected by the British royal family and the British public, that he's lashing out, Five of Swords, at Big Brother. What is Harry's goal? Still with Harry. Devil. I've got the Devil. It's in reverse. And the Devil, of course, when it's in reverse is you're wanting to extricate yourself from a difficult situation. That's the plain and simple interpretation of the Devil card in reverse. But for me, it's reading differently, and reversals sometimes read as intensification of energy rather than opposite energy, and I'm getting the intensification vibe. Harry wants to entangle Prince William in this conflict against his will. Prince William does not want to fight. We've seen it very clearly with the Five of Swords in reverse. Harry wants to drag him down into conflict. He wants him to retaliate. He wants him to lash out. He wants him to respond. That's what he's trying to do. He's trying to provoke him and make him do something that he will regret. It's very self-destructive energy that's coming through on this tarot table. It's not normal Harry energy. It's gone into something quite different, and something that reading for me is quite dangerous. Not necessarily dangerous to Prince William, for me as an energy reader, dangerous for Prince Harry, because I think he's now gone into acting motivated by such destructive forces. Those kinds of forces will end up destroying him, not the person he thinks he wants to destroy. That's my amateur psychology moment for the day. Let's go to the past and Prince William's expectations. Was he expecting this from Harry when he set off to Brazil? Seven of Cups. Seven of Cups is possibilities. He thought it might well happen with that energy, that Prince Harry might almost be tempted into something like this, because all those doors are open, and some of those doors, those cups, contain good things, and that's your good angel sitting on your shoulder, and some of them contain bad things, and that's the devil sitting on your shoulder. Prince William knew that Harry was going to be wrestling with himself, and the little devil won, and the devil is on this tarot table. It's not so little, that devil, let's just say. And we all know, of course, who the devil very often is in these readings, so we'll just add that layer of energy in as well, just for the record. Let's move on to near future. Prince William's response. What's he planning to do short term to deal with this situation that's allegedly made him so furious? Page of Cups in reverse. He might send some sort of missive out, either through third parties to Harry, expressing his deep disappointment, and this is really the end of the road. If you thought you were going to reconcile and you keep doing this, I'm terribly disappointed in your behavior, that you've been so childish and so petulant and so immature and that kind of thing. He wouldn't word it like that, but that's the thought behind the missive, either directly, well, not directly, but through channels to Harry, through courtiers and those kinds of people to Harry, or through friends to Harry. The friends meaning we're going to see newspaper article. We've already seen that Prince William is fuming. We've heard that kind of story, but I think we might hear some more about it, about how disappointed Prince William is in his brother's behavior. Childish and spiteful behavior. Not those words, of course, but I'm just expressing what the energy really is behind the words. So that, I think, is the first step, is some form of communication, of communicating disappointment, displeasure at what is going on. How does Prince William view Harry and this behavior right now? How does he perceive him? We work our way through this thing. The Hierophant in reverse, very strong energy. He's really being very disruptive of the monarchy itself, very disrespectful of the monarchy itself. That's the Hierophant. It's the monarch, doing everything in his power to bring it down, to undermine it, to run interference, to rebel, because that's Hierophant in reverse energies, rebellious energy, disruptive energy, outlaw kind of energy. So Prince William sees it as very difficult. This problem is a massive problem for the royal family going forward. It's threatening the actual, well, let's say it's an existential threat to the monarchy, to the health of the monarch as well, and to his own reign in the fullness of time. Lovely expression that. Pressure is he under from Harry? There's pressure in the Hierophant in reverse. This obsessive behavior of Prince Harry, Queen of Rods. Well, that's the one we said the devil energy had that extra layer. The extra layer has shown up with this Queen of Rods. That is the pressure that's really still in the mix. That's really at the black heart of the story, the Queen of Rods energy. Make of that what you will. It's interesting that it showed up so very clearly and directly in this reading. It's very interesting for me as a tarot reader. Let's move on to Prince William's hopes and fears, the situation, this ongoing conflict. Four of Cups in reverse. He hopes that at some stage Harry is just going to be worn out with conflict and lose interest in it. Eventually it will kind of die down. It's like toddler tantrums, and if you hope that if you just ignore it, it'll stop. That's how that card is reading for me. Very strong sense in this reading that Prince William feels he's dealing with an infant at some level. I've got it with this Page of Cups in reverse. I've got it again with the Four of Cups in reverse. I had a bit of it in the Seven of Cups energy that Harry would be wrestling with voices. And I don't mean in a mental health way. I meant that, you know, a good thing he could do and a bad thing he could do. That he's not mature enough and solid enough in his own sense of self to pick his own path. And I had it again in this Nine of Pentacles in reverse, that Harry isn't able to look after himself. And of course the Queen of Rods goes and shows up in our reading to prove the point that he's not capable of making his own decisions, living his own life, looking after himself. Interesting. Ultimately, how is this going to go? What is Prince William going to do to resolve this? Is he going to be able to shut this down ever? I've got the Eight of Rods in reverse. He is going to stop it. And he's going to bring it to a screeching halt with that Eight of Rods in reverse. And it could be sooner than we think. You know, we saw the letters pattern today. There have been rumours that something big is coming down the track this weekend in royal circles. Something massive that could be Harry related. And that's a lot of this acting out could be, by both Harry and Meghan, could be because of the big story that might break this weekend. That is swift, a swift silencing and a swift blocking of Harry, that Eight of Wands in reverse. Just stopping it in its tracks as my camera stops itself in its tracks and lurches to the right. Eight of Rods. It's not a terrible energy in the sense that it's not a death card or a tower or something like that. Ten of Swords, you know, like a devastating energy. It's quite finite though. And it chimes very much with the rumour. And the latest iteration of the rumour that I've seen is from Celt Views. Those of you who know Celt Views, she's on YouTube. She's got a version of events that she's heard or that she's pieced together. That Eight of Rods in reverse chimes very much with her version of events, that it might be very swift, it might be very final, it might be done with communication, with letters and things like that, and the end. I don't know. I personally would be amazed if it all happened that quickly, but there is a sense of it in this Eight of Rods in reverse that William has had enough and he's going to shut Harry down good and proper. and stop these 4 royal tours, because this was another 4 royal tour, pretending that he's the Prince of Canada. Basically, South Park reference for those of you who don't get it. Prince of Canada off to do some light royaling just because. That's your reading. We're living in interesting times. So thank you for watching. I'll see you again tomorrow.